Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this morning? Hope everyone is doing well. I myself am doing pretty good. Episode 350. Yet another milestone and a surprise giveaway. Good morning, Mr. B. Shady, Mr. Nick, Mr. Ed, Mr. Michael, excuse me, Mr. Robin, Mr. Pete, and let's see, anyone else? I think Mr. Paul Mills. Morning, sir. Hope you're doing well. And Mr. Co-Bunny X coming in talking about katanas before he even says hello. Good morning, JD. Good morning, Fred the Lug. Good morning, Matt Conklin. Happy New Year to you, sir. Good morning, Mr. William. Hope everyone is doing well. So, last night in my pocket, I carried two absolute bangers, my FSD and my Ether. Couldn't be more happier with those two. This one is just glassy smooth. It's actually a little guillotine for my liking, but you can't complain when a knife is that smooth. D10 is great, super sharp, love it. And then this one is just a fidget dream. Like, this one's so nice to play with and use. The blade, very good and long on here. It just feels like a good big titanium knife. So, had those in the pocket. Fred the Lug, be careful on your trip. Safe travels. Atlanta bound, huh? You'll be about 3.5 hours from me. Let's get this out of the way real quick. Y'all smash that like button. Help out the algorithm. YouTube is still screwing me over. Yeah, Fred, the Ether is super nice. I love, there's not really anything wrong with it at all. It's pretty much perfect. For this knife, it's perfect. And this one has surprised me a lot, how nice it is. I can see why people gravitate to them. So, good morning, drummer. Hope you're doing well this morning. So yesterday, I didn't get the isotope. I didn't get the isotope put back together right on stream. I said it had a D-shaped pivot, and I figured out why it didn't go back together right and why this was barely sticking out a little bit on this side. This one has the variable D10 and it has the two screws the same way, Fred. Yeah, they did copy that too. Yeah, it's got the two little screws that you can adjust for the blade lockup and the detent. I've shown the picture. In fact, I need to do that right now because I need to put a little bit more lock into it. Let me see if my little wrench is laying here. Should be laying around here somewhere. It's a 1.5 millimeter hex. But yeah, Fred, it does have that. I don't know what I've done with my little hex. I've got a whole pack of them somewhere, so. Oh, where are my little hex bits? Alright, I don't need to find all of them, but I wanted to show y'all real quick on this isotope why I didn't get it back together correctly. So the little piece that goes around the pivot is the part that has the D shape in it. So I don't know if y'all can see that, but that side up there is flattened off. So I didn't have the pivot lined up where it would lock into this piece. So it pushed the pivot out a little bit when I tightened it up, but now I have it in the right place to where it locks up with that. Whoops, I didn't put the bearings back in. But it locks on the little tab, which was pretty cool. But after I did that, it locked right up and felt just like it did before. And just so y'all know, the inlay that I'm buying and trying to do a custom inlay for this knife is because, whoops, so yes, this one's got perfect centering again. See, but man, it's got some strong detent. And the closing action feels like skiffs again. But the reason I want to make that inlay is to match the Isotope Mini. And I think they will look awesome with this one with the titanium inlay also. So hopefully I will be able to do that. I guess we'll see on Sunday whether I can or not. All right, let me put this back up. And then before Fred leaves, let me show him this the detent pins. Morning, TC. So here you go, Mr. Fred. I put some Loctite in this pivot so it feels kind of tight when you go to loosen it up, but here you go, Mr. Fred. So it does have the two little custom adjustments like the original. So the one I need to adjust is the one for the lockup. I need just like, man, a C hair. A C hair more. And I need a 1.3, which I don't see in here, which is great. I've got a bunch of them somewhere, but I thought there would be one in here. Oh, there it is. So you need a 1.3 millimeter hex to adjust these pins. And I just need to turn this one just barely. I mean, just the tiniest amount. About like that. Like hardly anything. All right. So hopefully that gets rid of just the microscopic blade rock that it had. I mean, it didn't have it. It's kind of weird. Sometimes when you open it really swift, it'll have that little bit of rocking, but sometimes when you open it slow, it doesn't. So just a weird situation. So hopefully that fixed it. We're going to be, I can't believe we made it to 350 episodes. And we're only 15 away from a full year. All right, that's back together. That's back together. And let's see what the lockup's like. Centering is perfect. Oh yeah, that's all it needed. You can see the lockup is really good down there on the blade face, and it has absolutely zero rock now. Those little adjustment screws are super cool. You can really fine tune your knife. Yep, that fixed it. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so this year we are going to be doing a lot more things, including, but not limited to, some more fishing. I've got to get out and do some fishing this year. We're going to be doing a lot more laser work this year. We're going to be doing a lot more 3D printing this year. And last but not least, I'm going to be doing a lot more hanging out with the fellas, smoking cigars and playing billiards. I didn't do enough of that last year. So these are my New Year's resolutions. Get out and do some fishing more this year. A lot of laser work, a lot of 3D printing, and a lot of relaxing when I can. William, that is the full-size FSD copy. It's a winter pudding knife. If you were talking about this one, it's the Ether. Blake McDavid, I believe, designs. Both excellent knives. Still got to figure out what I'm going to do with this one since it's not the Rye designs, and I don't really like the blade shape. I just wanted to get it to fix it. I think I'm going to pass it along to somebody else. Cool knife, but I should have paid closer attention. I thought all those QK 001, 002, 003, and 004 were made by Rye Designs. Yes, sir, the FSD. Super cool knife. All right, let's go find some new knives. Who's got a new one they're interested in, they want to talk to us about? I'm going to go see what is new at Blade HQ to start with, and then we'll move around to some different sites. New arrivals, see if we got anything new from the last time we looked. Fox Knives Predator. Not seen that one. That reminds me though, I did buy I bought a Fox knife last night. I bought one I've already got one of as a project knife. I guess we can hop over and look at it real quick since I mentioned it. Let's see. Core. So I bought this one for a project because of the condition it's in. So it's this knife right here. What happened to this knife is the guy took the aluminum knife and he tried to Cerakote it, and the Cerakote did not go well. So he hit it with his wire wheel, and that's why it looks like this. But it does have an LMAX blade on it. And it is a Jesper Voxnaes design. I've already got one in orange, but I didn't have the aluminum one with the LMAX. So I paid him $50 for this knife to take it on as a project. So I'm going to refinish the aluminum. I'm either going to laser it or sand it. I'm not sure yet, but for $50, LMAX blade steel for a $200 knife looked like a perfect project knife. This Fox Knives Predator made me think of that. So what's up with the liner lock on this? What is that big tab sticking out? I hope that's not part of the liner lock. That's pretty wild looking. Yeah, what's going on? What is that sticking out over there? I guess it is the liner. Well, Michael, I can't do any aluminum anno because I don't have the dyes and all the chemicals it takes. But I can sand it up really good and then laser it. But I can't anodize aluminum, unfortunately. What's going on with the lock on this knife? Predator Evolution. I doubt there's any videos of it. Well, I'm wrong, as usual. Let's see what's going on with that crazy tab.
Aha. Well, to start with, we've got kind of a forest green, military green, maybe olive green, and a deep carry clip, which is switchable to the left side.
So it's got a push, all right.
The green, as I said, FRN molded handle.
Is that a secondary lock, I guess?
A thumb stud opener.
Secondary lock.
Go. And it is running on washers, not on bearings. So for those of you who are fans of washers on knives, here you go. You may or may not be a fan of the fact that it has a double lock or a safety, which you can engage.
I kind of like the
with your thumb
implementation of that
what
lock.
This does, and this is a liner lock.
It goes behind the liner.
That little tab slip up there, right? It's red.
All right, that's pretty cool. Thanks for the explanation. Now I understand what it is. I was looking at the wrong side thinking it was the liner. The shape confused me. All right, then we got live wire magna cut, the Essenza. Well, that porcupine really does look like the Rosie a lot, huh? You can really notice it in that weird color. That's still a knife I've got to get. Such a comfortable looking knife. There's a Malibu Warncliffe. There's the Slim Foots. There's the Cicadas Wing, talking about yesterday. And the Good Boy Junior. Boy, that gold crystal tie looks pretty wild, huh? That's pretty cool, though. All right, what else we got? We'll move on to somewhere else. Next tool, Mini. The Corgi with the Vanker locks. I think we're... Oh, there's the H-back again. I need to get the full back. All right, I think we're back to where we were last time we looked. A bunch of Microtechs. I did get a Gen 3 Combat Trudon on the way, a Vespa. In M390. I got a heck of a deal on it, too. Now they got the Gen 4s out. Along with a bunch of other stuff. The Heras. Some more MSIs. Stitches. LUDT. SOCOM Elite. What is this Sniper Blade Works? That's a wild shaped knife. Huh. Got brass and green G10. But that's heavy. Did everybody have a great first day of the year yesterday? Not really much talking going on in the chat today. What do y'all think of this crazy shaped knife? How do you think that would feel? Trying to picture how it'd be very easy to cut stuff up on a cutting board. Yeah, Pete. I mean, that one's probably got a comfortable grip, but the cant of the blade would be down. But it would get your fingers out of the way. I don't know. Trying to figure out. Actually, it would be pointed. Yeah. We rotated it. Let's see here. Let's do something really quick. Let's go to Adobe Express. Let's go here. And hope we're logged into the right account. Come on, get everything ready. Continue with Google, Blade Alchemy, come on. All right. Real quick, I just want to see what this knife looks like. File, start new, landscape. Come on, load up. All right. No. Upload that knife. Remove the background. And rotate it to where the blade is. Oh, yeah, your fingers would be hitting. So if your hand was pretty much flat, that's how the blade would be. I had to check a little. What in the world? What did I do? I don't know what I did. Background? Where's the background? There we go. So there's what it would look like. Kind of holding it. That's a weird angle. Yeah, I don't know about that. Because if you got the blade flat, your hand would be hitting. Yeah, that's weird. Very, very weird. All right, back to where we were. That mini goblin is I think that's one of Sever 7's grails for this year. Maybe not the mini, but maybe the goblin. Good morning, Sever 7. That's a pretty one, though, for sure. What's the size on the mini? 3-inch blade? 7.5 or something? 7 overall. Wow. Yep, that's definitely a mini. Let's go one more page. Make sure we've seen everything. Yep, we're back to where we were. I like that Skynix. Just wish they had a plain one. One more page. Chavez utility knives. I didn't even know they made one. Scallywag Tactical. The Porpoise. Huh. Alright. Let's go run over to Knife Center. See what their new arrivals are. The Happy Hour. That one looks a lot like one of the other ones they had. Can't think what the other one with that big pivot. Happy Hour, huh? Alright then. And the Bratva. Pretty cool looking knife too. What does it look like closed? Yeah. It's alright. Actually, I do like it. A lot of people don't like the thumb disc, but I don't mind the discs. Mister, what kind of link you got for us? Okay. That is a chopping dream. A pretty wild shaped knife. At least your hand is very clear of the blade. It's on the other side of the metal. Pretty wild. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Mister. Look at the grind on it too. That's pretty wild. Yeah, that's wild, Mr. Mister. All right, let's see. What else we got? They got a new pry bar cutter tool. What kind of cutting abilities does this thing have? Oh, it's got a fold-in seatbelt cutter. Don't know how that works. Oh, there it is. It's in the other picture, I think. Yeah, there it is. Well, that's pretty wild. Got the little hook for you to hook it in your seatbelt and pull. And the Yakuza. Seen that one. All right, now we're getting back to the Fenrir and who makes. I think William asked earlier who made scales for. Oh, the tenable Fenrir. I'm not sure about that, William. Porcupine top liner lock in light blue. There's the tenable. Man, that's just wild colors. Yeah, Michael, I agree. I don't find much of a use for seatbelt cutters. If your knife can't cut a seatbelt, you probably should think about getting a new knife. It might be hard, but you should be able to get through it. I just can't imagine people looking at this knife and being like, that's their dream knife, but that's what makes this hobby so great. All the different styles. There's that SOCOM Elite with the ram lock. There's the Thunder Beast. A lot of people are getting that knife. I've seen quite a few pictures of it. There's the Rivery Zero. And the Gen 4 UTX 85s. Oh, that's a compression spring. Okay, so that one's got a good lock on it. That's a wild blade grind and pattern on the blade. Yeah, what a wild looking thing, but I like the spring lock on the crossbar. I bet it feels a lot like the Anthem does. LMAX steel. Wow, look at the size of that pivot. And it's got an internal, that means the pivot is that big. Because that goes all the way through. That's pretty neat. Goes all the way through on the back screw too. Pretty wild. Yeah, you can see how it goes. That's a new one. Lenta. Olive. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I like different design aspects on knives. Stainless fasteners. Let's see if anybody has done a review of this one. 2 days ago, Knives had it, evidently. Go check it out and see what he says.
This thing is so thin and slicey and so sharp. This thing's gonna cut. Look at that. It's like cutting paper. I could do S cuts in I have 2 pieces here of cardboard. Wow. And the fact that this thing is it's gonna stay sharp longer than anything else. Bang! Knives, I'm Jared, and today we got something pretty damn dope. I mean, there's so many cool factors about this. Knives like this make it super difficult to make a title or a thumbnail because there's just so many cool things you want to say in the title or thumbnail and you just can't fit it. You just can't say it all. So let's get into it. So this is a USA made knife by Olive. So this is an Olive knife. Now, if you remember Olive did these fixed blades. So originally from South Africa, and like, you know, they had their one fixed blade, and now they have a USA.
That's a different blade grind.
Video on very soon. That's really badass. Now this is their new folding knife with a patent pending locking system. And I do gotta say, it's funny that I actually created a locking system very similar to this on one of my designs. It's going to be coming out here pretty soon. Little different in the regards of the detent and everything, but it is a very similar lock. Anyways, regardless of that, that's something me and Olaf will have to talk about. The blade. So we have a unique locking system. The blade is tungsten carbide. And if you don't know, that ranges between 9 and 9.5 on the hardness scale. 10 being the hardest, which is diamond. So this is incredibly hard.
Yeah, I love the hardware too.
Sharp longer than anything else out there. I am going to do a sharpening video on this, sharpen it. So I will do a video on fixed angle only 50 thousandths. 50 thousandths thick. This is a 1.5 millimeter blade, and it has a Scandi grind, and you can see that is a low edge angle bevel. So you want to talk about sharp, sharp. This is one of the sharpest knives I've felt out of a box. The only thing I could think that could compete with this out of the box was like Rocksteads. The one tungsten, taking such a thin blade, then putting a super low, well, technically behind the edge, it's like 60 thou, which is, now I should mention there are two different versions of this you can get. You can get the one with the Fibonacci grind, similar to
with the L-Max,
where it's like multi-convex. You know, I think it's a little bit more similar to their small little
Fibonacci
like
grind.
this.
They got the Fibonacci sequence.
Come in L-Max. So you can get this knife.
That's pretty cool too.
I'll put some pictures up in L-Max, or if you get the tungsten carbide, you get this grind, which technically is a concave grind. So that's why it goes thinner here and thickens up just slightly at the edge. So kind of like that, just a little bit, right? But man, it makes for an incredibly sliced blade, especially it's like 70, 71 HRC or something like that. Whoo, that's crazy. So this, you know, has, man. So
yeah, that's pretty wild.
For you guys, if you guys want to check,
I want to hear about the lock.
Super slim, like the ergos. Well, just the handle. The handle is super slim, like super duper slim. But it does have a nice broad handle. But because of that thinness, you know, which, you know, is because of the blade, this is very ergonomic, super comfortable in the hand. You can get nice and they super smooth in and out of the pocket. There, so
nice
you have
clip.
that tab right there, so you can go right or left hand carry. Great clip.
I want to hear about the lock.
It's a T30 torque bit on both the back and the front.
Yeah,
so
I like the hardware. I like stuff that's different like that.
Pivot. And you know, you can see through this down there, which you could use that. Inside the pivot, this has the biggest washers I think I've ever seen in my life. And
yeah, that's what I was saying. That pivot had to be huge.
When I'm opening and closing it. Maybe they're not supposed to, but it doesn't matter. This thing is a bankful. Up and down, side to side, nothing. This thing is very, very sturdy, very, very solid. Because these washers are so big, as you can see, I mean, they're like huge. Because they're so big, that's going to give this thing a lot of pivot stability. This is a massive pivot, plus with massive washers, that's making a lot of contact points. So that's why this thing is so rock solid. And if you look at the blade, that blade is almost, well, it's technically almost three of these equals one Spyderco Manix. I think this is 130 thousandths and this is 50 thousandths. So, you know, almost. Not quite three blades.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
This right. Through anything. But in the fact, tough to the way this,
I want to talk about the lock.
But, and it's ergonomic for tough knife. You would think maybe this one's supposed to be the same, but no. This, because it's something for B, it could performance cutter materials.
Talk about the lock.
You could potentially not ever see this thing go dull. Potentially. Now, obviously, if you're using
not like ever see it go dull, that's pretty wild.
Do a full video on. Technically, tungsten carbide doesn't rust, but the binders in the, you know, with the, you know, the makeup of it can sometimes, just depending. But
all right,
the cobalt that's going to be
he's very happy about the blade still.
A double-sided spring crossbar, right? You know, I forget what they call it. I'll write it.
Oh, they got springs on both sides. That's pretty cool.
I could tell you the name. I was going to name mine, but because they have a patent pending on it, not sure if they're going to get the patent or not. You know, it's something we're going to have to work out. We only have one knife coming out with it, so and they'll probably be out and sold by the time, you know, if they do get the patent. Like I said, that's neither here nor there right now, but the lock has a double-sided coil spring, so not an omega spring, double-sided coil springs, which are connected to a very thick, robust crossbar. So that is what is, you know, pulling up the lock, making it incredibly durable, incredibly strong. And because it's double-sided spring, you don't have to worry about, you know, like the Omega spring ones where the thing goes like this, you know, where it teeters. In this case, because it's such a solid built one, I could use one finger if I wanted to, or, you know, my thumb. It doesn't matter, because it's basically like, it feels like a whole system by itself. Now, the action, you have a whole deployment that you can flick. The crossbar, as you can see, it's not.
I don't want to watch all of Neve's video, but yeah, that was super cool to check out. I'm glad we ran across that knife. I want to go see if how much the regular version is for the tungsten blade. Let's see. Come on, highlight, work for me. Dang it. All right. Enough of that. Let's see. Tungsten. Tungsten carbide is $20 more. And they offer it in G10 and orange GFN. Oh, black GFN. Oh, and the GFN tungsten one is $329 also. So it's $349 for the. So they made a choice where you can get it the same price as the LMAX with the G10. That's pretty cool. Very interesting knife. I love the clip on it. Super deep carry. I love how they put that hole in there so you can see right through it. I love the stability of the washers. That double coil spring seems super dope. I like it. No flipper tab. Ergos look good. They put a curve on the scales here to get you a good grip there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Co-Bunny X, your katanas definitely cost less than that. Nick, he was pretty serious about regular use. It would never get dull. With that blade edge grind and way it's made and the hardness, there would be very few things that would dull that knife. But I agree. I mean, over 10 and 20 years, maybe. I got the Gambits. We've seen all those. I bought one of those. So we're back. We're done with Knife Center. Let's go to knife. No, but I don't go to Knife Joy very often. What they have on their main page. Bunch of Spydercos and Demcos. CRKs. Alright, let's see. Blade HQ, Knife Center. Yeah, can we pry with it? Well, you got to think about, Nick, what he said about the Mohs hardness scale. So it being a 9.5 puts it up there with diamond. So if you think about how hard it would be to dull a diamond or even touch a diamond with anything, you're not going to run across any other material that is going to come close to that hardness level. So yeah, there's that. Something else I wanted to talk about. I cannot remember what it was. There's some random headphones. That's wild. Where did those come from? No idea. There's a good knife for you. The Ozark Trail Wugout. Yeah, that's more pressure than and granite's not that hard on the Mohs level, I don't think. I think it's like a 7 or an 8, maybe. I'm not sure what granite is. Yeah, I can't wait to check out his sharpening video that he does put out. Let's run over to exclusive folders and see if they got anything new. New in. Nope. They haven't got anything new. What about Aurora? Doesn't look like they have anything new in either. All right. And then what about Kubey? We looked at them the other day. New arrivals. Sakari fixed blade. That's a wild looking fixed blade. Definitely not my style. 4.57 inch blade. Wow. That is definitely a weapon. Yeah, Kubey's really started scaling down all their knives to be budget since they launched the KB line. I was hoping they would keep a few, new titanium ones, but it looks like they're going to all composite materials on most all their regular Kubey stuff. And then all the titanium is over at KB. The Merced, a definite different looking one too. More tungsten knives, Robin. .95 inches. Got a kind of a funky look to it. It almost starts to look like a Nessmuck a little bit with that curve at the back. Yeah, I bet super slicey too. Recoil lock mechanism inspired by snakes. I didn't even notice that on the back there. Doesn't stick out very far at all. Yeah, that's cool, Robin. Morning, Cliff. I thought of you this morning, Cliff, when I made this picture. I thought I actually said fly fishing in an Alaskan river. That was the prompt for that. With a big, nice Alaskan mountain in the background. Good old trout. Five 1,000ths. It's actually 51 1,000ths. It's 50 thou. Yeah, but you got it right. No, I've got my AI trained to know my characters. So it just knows my mascots. And I change it up from time to time. Yeah, 50 thou. It's the same thickness as the one Neves just said. He said that one was 50 thou. Yeah, you didn't see you weren't here earlier, mister, to see the stuff I'm going to be doing this year. I'm going to be doing a lot more fishing, a lot more laser, a lot more 3D printing, and a lot more hanging out with the fellas, smoking cigars and playing pool. All right. What else today? There was something else, man. I hate when I forget stuff. Oh, I did take a picture real quick. I took a picture of this, and I need to get some like actual stuff, pricing done on these and stuff, but all these are for sale. I took a picture of a case I've got. This QK, do you have the same model, Robin? It's got super smooth closing action. It feels like skiffs almost. Yeah, I got a couple of random knives just laying around this morning. Yeah, Robin, I picked it up for $80 because it didn't have good lockup, and then I fixed it. So for that price, M390, I couldn't pass it up, even though the blade shape is not really my thing, but it's not bad. I like the milling on it. But like I said, I took a picture of a case of all the knives. So all these knives are for sale. If anybody's interested in one of them, just let me know. I will work out a price with you. I don't really want to go over it on stream, but I'll definitely give you a fair deal if you see anything you like. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 concepts. A giant mouse, a Wii, a QSP. QSP. No, a couple of Wiis. This is Callum Blade Works Ari. This is Wingman EDC. That's an Urban EDC. We got the Pulsar Steel, a Tuna, couple of FerraMonsters, 3 Fox Knives, Jesper Voxnays. So those are for sale if anybody's interested. Yeah, I've got the F5.5 for sale, B Shady. That's what that is. I mean, I guess you knew that. Yeah, all right. Let's see. Yeah, I thought I just saw a message, Robin, but it went away. Okay, yeah, I got it. It's not a Becerro. That's not a Becerro. I don't know which one you were thinking was a Becerro. Maybe this one. That's a FerraMonster Glideman. And that's a Giant Mouse Ace Riv. Maybe you thought the FerraMonster was the Becerro. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, so that's the F5.5. That's a Glideman over there, and then that's a Ace Riv over there, Giant Mouse. Burning Stable Forge. I didn't see you enter, but if you did, good morning. Anything else new that y'all have seen, want to talk about? I liked running across that one, that Olive. Let's see. Many areas. Unkovsky. Sever. Here's a custom for $550. Well, that didn't work. Yep. Definitely a custom there. What's the other ones? Talisman. Oh yeah, we looked at those before. And then the Torpin, let's follow him. What's he got going on? Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, that's neat. I like that. So back to the so we got to go look up um, so that's the top one. So is that Talisman the one I like the looks of so much? Oh, that's a little one. Little knife. No, 8 inches overall. Never mind. Yeah, that's a cool looking knife. Not y'all know me, I don't like all that fancy blade, and I like that titanium on that side though. So store Talisman. Goblin, Seer, End Cut Damascus, huh? Wish I could see some more of the versions. Here's one that's sold. Yeah, that's a cool looking knife. Oh yeah, yeah. I've emailed him. I forgot that he was in here before, Cliff. In fact, I still want to get one of his knives. Can't remember which the model was, but Burning Stable. Yeah, because I remember telling him his email didn't work. Yeah, I wanted the zip. Yeah, I want to get a zip with a scout carry sheath. I forgot to hit you up about that, but I need to do that. But super cool knife. Mr. Burning Stables. Let's see if that contact link is down here. Yep. Burning Stables Forge at gmail.com. Good deal. Yeah, I liked both the models of the Zip. I can't decide which one I want, actually. Super cool looking knife, though. Yeah, Burning Stables Forge, thank you. Yeah, Cliff, I think I showed both. We went to his IG too. There's the man himself with a buoy. Or it might not be the man himself, I'm not sure. Well, I guess it is now that I see more pictures of same said man. I guess, is that the sheath maker in the background there? Is that sis? Or is that wifey? None of my business, but cool deal, cool deal. So the Unkovskis this morning. This Pina Raptor was a pretty looking knife. I almost bought that one because of how sharp it looked, but then I remembered I don't like patterns in the handle. That's sis. Oh, that's awesome. I like seeing people smile and look like they have great attitudes, and both of y'all look like y'all were having fun, so that's what life's about. Kunwoos, a Chad, a Padre. Oh, you had to buy. Oh, he had a bundle. Chad and a Padre, huh? Well, all right then. Let's see. If y'all hadn't smashed that like button yet, please help me out. YouTube is still screwing me. So I'm just going to plug away and do the same thing I always do and upload 2 shorts every day. And it doesn't matter what knives I do, they always get the same amount of views. But as you can see, today they've given me 5 and 7 views. And by this time, normally when I do them at midnight, they will have 500 or 600 views normally. So as you can see across here, they're screwing me back until this day when I showed the Anthem, but it doesn't matter which ones I show. They all get the same amount of views usually. But now they're giving me 5 and 7 views, 15, 19. Pretty crazy. Kind of sucks, but what do you do? You're at the mercy of YouTube when you do this thing, so. Hey, be shady. The Chad cut me the very first time I opened it. The Chad is a dangerous knife, especially if you have any kind of meat to your palm. But I totally agree. The Chad, first time I opened it, it cut me. And it cut me right here on my palm. Might even still be a scar. No, that's a line, but yeah, so the blade is too long on it. And if you let it dig in your skin at all, it'll bite you. So you have to like physically make a point to keep it laying against the back of it. Yeah, first open. He got me. And I don't know why they did that. Like why they... But if you let it push into your skin at all, it'll bite you. Like I'm scared of it a little bit. Because it actually hurt. Yeah, Shady, I feel you, brother. True story. But I thought I would love the Chad because it was one of the ones with the long blade. And now I'm kind of scared of it. I have to like lay the back of it against my palm to make sure the blade doesn't hit me. I much prefer, I'm not scared of either one of these. The Gringo or the Django XL. See, this one's got that little bit of curve to where it puts the blade out away from your hand. Yeah, oh yeah, I can't imagine. I wouldn't think the little one did it. Like, that's wild. All right, what else y'all want to talk about this morning? What is today? I'm lost. Is today Friday? Today is Friday. Do we have a new drop point? I didn't even pay attention. Did we get one today? No? Is today Friday? Yeah, today's Friday, right? Are there any autos? Not out of these, no. I don't do autos really. When I first started getting knives, I bought a bunch of them because I thought I might like some autos, but I've only got a few autos right now. I've only got one that I actually like consider. Here, let me show you here. Where are my integrals? Right here. I've got this one. This is a this is an auto integral, kind of. Pretty cool looking knife. Purple. Can't really see it great in this lighting, but it does have a cool purple. Heretic Wraith. I can tell you that if you're looking for an out the side auto, this is a pretty decent one. If you're looking for an out the front, the Zero Blade Play Microtechs are pretty nice. I've got a copy of one that is excellent. Yeah. Yeah, the launch series are pretty nice. Yeah, I might sell this one. I got it for a decent price, and I don't use it. So I might pass it along, or we could work out a trade or something on one of your fixed blades. So if you like this, I haven't used it, and neither did the guy before me, and I've got the box and everything. So maybe we could work out a deal on one of your fixed blades. I'm trying to see. Let me see real quick if I got any in the pictures. Let's see. Knife pics and vids. I don't know. Yeah, here's a better picture. This is the actual exact knife that you're looking at. Except that's a fake website. Definitely. Don't order from there, anybody. Yeah, what's up with that? Maybe this one is the one. Well, that's a crazy price. That's a terrible picture. Oh, and y'all can't see that anyway, probably. Stupid. Stupid Discord. Yeah, that's a crazy price. I was trying to find. Here's the same one. It's got DLC.
What's going on?
You can see the color a little better there.
Beautiful.
I've actually got some lot better pictures.
Push button auto. These fire smooth and they're really easy to do.
All right. Thought I had. Yeah, here we go. There's a better picture of it. You can see the purple there good. It's got LMAX blade steel. It's got a two-tone DLC. And there's the purple on it a lot better. Burning Stables, I'll definitely hit you up in the email about that knife. Robin, have a good one, buddy. It's got that nice rollerball clip on it. Yeah, it's a cool knife. Yeah, so that's where I want to do the inlay for the full-size one to make it look like the mini. And I couldn't believe I got number 390 because I like M390. Another synchronicity thing. M390 blade steel, and I got number 390. Shoes is for Mr. Ed. Yeah, and there's the lock. So the ones, yeah, so I should talk about this. The mini FSD that Lemifshi just put out has it in the blade like that. instead of in the side of the scales like the other one. And I don't know why I'm not getting a link to the blah, blah, blah. Lemifshi. Yeah, so these have it in the blade like they're supposed to, instead of in the side of the scales like the one I just showed you earlier. They should look like the one in Ed's picture that he just showed. So the pins are actually in the blade. All right. What else we gonna look at this morning? Anybody seen any new knives they want to check out? What tomahawks? Let's see. Oh, that's pretty cool. A topo pattern. Yeah, that two-tone and that fade, pretty sick. That's a Miguron. Huh. Wonder what he's asking for that. Miguron Miro, 200. The Waka 140, the FSD 150, and the Miro 200. That's a pretty sweet ano job, though. And that's the guy we had on video that showed us his stuff with the vinyl cricket. Bunch of pins. Top 12. Talked about pins yesterday. Pete, I don't think so. The Vosteed, what? Zeno? I don't see it anywhere. Did you post a link to it? Because I didn't see a link that I missed, I didn't think. But who knows, maybe I did. This one? There we go. It looks like, let me close some of these windows. So it looks like Rochambeau had a video on it back in, yeah, that's a cool looking little knife. I got to bookmark that one just because. Vosteed Zeno. Is that what Rochambeau was showing in this video? Oh, no. Not it. Maybe that's the first one they've come out with. I guess it's a new one. Yeah, I like it, Pete. It's definitely your style. Well, he got 3 bangers in the mail. Yep, that's 3 good ones. Yeah, that's a heck of a mail day. Whoops. Protein. Let's see. Oh, there's that Hinderer. Is that that's the new one he was talking about, maybe? Well, that's some are those custom scales? Is that what made William ask earlier? Hey, I've got that one. Radial Frag Van X 850. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of those raccoon top liner locks too. Oh, I don't know what that was in that picture. Good question, Pete. Not sure what that was. Let's go back and look again. Well, there's 2 Kevin Johns that guy wants to buy. All right, where's the mailbox day? Why did it pop up all of a sudden and then go away? All right, mailbox. Now I don't see his post at all. What in the world? I know it was in this. How did I miss it? Dang it. Oh, I know. Hilberg. Shamwari. Comments. New. Yep. I think that's the one he bought. But I don't know why I can't find his post. Oh well. Sorry I can't find that again, Pete. Yeah, I don't know what. I wasn't looking at the chat. I could have sworn though, like. I don't know why I can't find it again. There, is that him? Yeah, that's him. There they are. All right, yeah, what are we looking at? Um, Yeah, it doesn't look smashed, but... Oh, it's one of the chamoises that has the adjustable detent. He's showing... So it's got a set screw on the other side that lets you adjust the detent ball. And the detent ball moves in and out. That's what it is, Pete. It's not messed up, it's just dirty. But this whole little section moves up and down so you can adjust the detent by a set screw on the other side. That's what he was showing. I'm pretty sure which part of the metal looks crunched. Right? You're talking about that line? I think it's just magnified schmoo, because you can see lines on other stuff too. I think it's like fibers. I think it's just a macro. Yeah, I think it's just pocket lint and fibers. You can see another one down here on the edge of the... You can see one up there. I think it's just dirt. But they have adjustable detent. What is going on with this one? Norseman Plus? Oh, yeah. Around March. So Hilberg's coming back is what this post is about. Hilberg is coming back. That's crazy. Never thought I would see them make a return and come back with revisions too. Maybe not. Maybe it's the Norseman coming back. But this is the pictures he's showing is a bunch of Hilberg stuff. So I'm wondering why he's got this picture and why he's got this picture of the Marauder H from Hilberg. I've got one of those. Should know soon if they're coming back. Green Thorn back at it again. Huh. Weird. See you later, TC. Have a good one, buddy. Enjoy your time in the mountains. All right. Nobody's giving me any new suggestions, so I'm going to start winding this one down. It's Friday, I guess. I finally get a day off after about a month of working every day this coming Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that. I need it. I'm getting a little burnt out. Yeah, I need a break. Look up Tops. Must be a fixed blade of some type. Bet it's funny looking, huh? All right, let's see. What does that knife look like? Is it a karambit or something? Oh, it's a short sword. Swords aren't knives. Swords are swords. Yeah, Tops and Essie are both supposedly made in the USA, but just looks like another machete to me. All right, guys. Hope everybody enjoys their Friday, has a great day. No, it's all good. We still talked about plenty of knives today. Hope you gentlemen have a great Friday and an even better weekend. I myself going to try to relax. I guess, Pete, unless you got something else you want to look at. We're about to be pushing the hour and a half mark. You know, I can always go back to whatever. I'm never really done. Mr. Burning Stables Forge, I will definitely hit you up about working out a trade of some type. I have to see what I paid for this one and what's a fair price. And we'll figure it out. So the giveaway is going to be based on today. Oh, thank you, Mr. Burning Stables Forge. Paul Mills, have a good day, sir. The giveaway I will announce tomorrow morning, but it will be based on chat participation in today's video. So you don't have to do anything to enter, but have sent a message. Pete, I think I'm going to trade him. I think I'm going to trade him my Heretic Auto Wraith for one of his custom fixed blades. And I don't know if I want to get, I don't know which blade shape I want to get yet, but I think I'm going to get one of his zips with a Scout Carry custom sheath from his sister. So I think I'm going to trade it for one of those, Pete. But I don't know if I'm going to get that one or that one. I kind of like that one better, but I don't know. I mean, you know, normally that's not my style, but that's a beautiful knife. So I can't decide whether I want this one or the other one. So yeah, that'll be an awesome little trade. Be Shady, hope you have a good time counting that money. And I totally messed up on my beats this morning on the little intro video. I got 2 new ones, and I played the wrong one somehow. I thought, yeah, it was supposed to be this one. Yeah, that's the one it was supposed to be. But it didn't play right. So I guess we'll end the video with it. Anyway, guys, hope y'all have a great Friday. Day 2 of 2026 and episode 350. 15 away from a year. Can I make it that long? Yeah, I don't like the green Burning Stables Ford, so we'll work something out with the handle material. For sure. So yeah, we'll definitely figure it out. I'm not in a hurry. So it's no big deal. But anyway, guys, hope y'all have a great Friday. Nobody makes custom scales for it yet that I know of, William. Especially for the tenable version. You're more likely finding one for the concept version, but all right, guys. Have a great weekend. See y'all later.